I do 14 hours and then
Well, you can
10
actually,
hours.
you can buy these now, but I did an online version too.
You're coming
version.
Yeah,
So,
I'd
I
like
just
to
got
come.
done doing
I really
everything.
would.
Today, they
And,
just
you know,
came in yesterday.
flying
Chris.
would be easy, and then, you know.
I
So
think he's gonna talk about it.
I'm gonna talk to her as soon as I get home.
All
Well, maybe
right.
I'll talk to
We're
her
already starting
on the phone.
I think we're ready to go here. You can stay over there if you want. No, yeah. I've been ready to go. It's 4:59. Yeah. Michael Beckloff is here.
Hey, Mike, I got your
Brian
email.
is
I
here.
will reply to it this evening.
Lefty is here. Just tell him what you want. Tell him now.
No, it's he has
No.
he has an
Okay.
issue with his guitar.
Oh, really?
He wants me to walk him through. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll call you tomorrow, Mike. That might be the better way to do it. Okay. So don't do anything all day long. Just sit by the phone.
Yeah.
You need a call.
Hey everybody, this is Matt. We're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for tuning into our Thursday live stream. And my computer is getting slower and slower. Now we used to be off 2 minutes. Now we're off 3 minutes. And if these trends continue, it will be worse and worse.
You'd think clocks would be something in this day and age that would be really easy to make because they're not mechanical anymore.
Yeah,
you know?
you'd think it'd be a fairly straightforward thing to sync up my Fitbit with my computer, with my phone, with my this, that, and the other.
Yeah. I noticed this morning my bedroom clock is off.
Yeah.
From my other stuff.
So have you been, I know you haven't been listening to the Uncle Matt Stories videos.
Oh, I watched them all.
But because I know you're not watching them, I want to tell you a story about.
I watched them all.
I want to tell you a story about something that happened to me when I was at Roberto Band.
Okay.
Because I was in the paint booth and I heard you guys talking out here, and I'm like, that reminds me of an Uncle Matt story.
Okay.
So
when were you in the paint booth?
Yesterday? Moments ago.
Oh, okay.
This was today.
Okay, just huffing paint.
I was just huffing paint.
No reason at all. Ooh, it smells nice in here.
No, I was putting on this shirt, which we're going to put a pin in. I'm going to tell you guys. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to like de-shirt in front of everybody. Yeah. Paint booth, changing room. Let's take a super chat from Joey Dano, who says,
"Is the bathroom several times."
Who says add fresh? Actually, he says add fresh free. So yeah, thank you very much, Doug. We've got a shop full of folks today. We've got Doug and Dan and Dave and Mock and Candle and Joy's right over there, and you're right here, and I'm right here. And I'm glad you're here because I want to tell you a quick Uncle Matt story about when I was at Roberto Band.
Okay.
And I think you might remember. You might not remember hearing this, but it reminded me of something. So we're sitting outside, and back in those days, there was no air conditioning, and it was in August or it was in September, and it was 100 zillion degrees.
There was air conditioning.
Not where we were.
Air conditioning.
Yeah, where we were, there was no air conditioning. And there was no air conditioning in the Quonset hut or the other building attached to that.
Did they have dirt floors?
No.
Did they have wood floors?
I don't.
Or were they concrete?
I don't recall. I think that
concrete.
Where I was concrete, but I'm not sure what the Quonset hut was. But most of the tools were outside. Like there's no bandsaw outside or inside.
Yeah.
All that stuff was outside.
Yeah. Why would you want to have to clean that up when nature will do it for you?
And the lecture area was also outside.
Oh, really?
So we're sitting outside one time, and let's take a quick super chat from Brian, who says, kept that ad free rolling. And Dastardly Dave says, Brian made me do it. Ad free is for me. God bless you both. So we're outside, and we're getting a lecture from James, who was our electric guitar builder instructor. Okay. John Reuter was the acoustic guitar builder. Okay. James, I can't remember his last name, was the electric guitar builder. James was kind of a hippie, kind of a hillbilly. I don't know if there were hills where he's from, so maybe he was a redneck, but kind of like but also like hippie, kind of like Dwayne Allman looking.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Anyway, and he would build these crazy guitars that had lots of switches and push, pull, this, that, and the others. Mm-hmm. And he wound his own pickups, and he built his own amps, and he did all sorts of other stuff. And he drove a Duster. And if you've ever ridden in the car, which I know you haven't, but if you ever rode in the car with James in 1989, it was an automatic transmission. but he would like still go through the
He
gears
insisted
as though it were
shifting on
Yeah.
on his own. I know
he
somebody
would
else
never
that
just
does
put it in
that.
D and just
Yeah,
let the car do
what
it.
it's supposed to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I'm going to show this car how to shift.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're outside and James is giving us a lecture on, let's say, fretboard radius.
Okay.
And if you've ever seen the video where you and I and Jesse attempt to make a radius the way we then, it was probably that lecture. And so James is sitting there and he gets a phone call. So there's no phone anywhere near where we are. Like you've got to go like half a block to get to the nearest phone. So someone comes running up and says, "Hey, James, you got a phone call." And James is like, "Who's calling me?" And so the guy who I was roommates with, Matt Putnam, says, "It's Stevie Ray Vaughan. He wants one of them 87 switch models." And James goes, "I've never sell anything to that guy," and then goes running off to take this phone call. But I remember you were talking about an 87 switch model,
which I got from you.
and I didn't know if you knew where that came from.
No, I didn't know that story. I knew that was something that you
The
always
87 switch model
was
was
one of them 87 switch.
that
models
was Matt Putnam from
way that you
Roberto
say
Van,
it.
who is also from Canada.
Okay.
And Dan is here, and he's from Canada. So yeah, so it's a sort of Canadian
So Dan
87
probably
switch model.
knows him.
I'm pretty sure they know each
Yeah,
other. Yeah. I haven't talked to Matt Putnam in however long it
However
was,
long
to
it's been since he
1990.
said
Yeah.
87 switch models.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary Redburn says new magazine looks great. There is an outstanding looking black Limba icon all over it. Okay, let's talk a little bit about a couple of things. God bless you, Gary. Thank you so much for the super chat. So okay, a couple of things. We've got some administrative stuff to talk about today.
Okay.
The name of the video title is that the new magazines are here.
Okay.
But the amp workshop is almost gone. And we're going to talk about that today. But the other thing I want to talk about is this shirt that I have on right now came from my friend Paul Hall, who is a proponent of mental health. What would you call it, Joy? Like mental health awareness, wellness. Thank you. And so he's making shirts and promoting mental health, wellness, and awareness. And he works with I'm not 100% sure if he works with like a organization in the UK or what it is that he does. But I know this. A lot of veterans have problems with PTSD and mental health stuff. And it all too often happens that they take their own lives because of, there's not, I don't mean to bring everybody down, but the statistics are there for returning veterans to have problems reacclimating to the world. And I think that, so mental health for me, I think immediately my head goes to veteran support and keeping, being, making sure that vets, specifically to me, are have it's a good thing for them to be able to, if you can just, it's okay to not be okay, right? It's okay to reach out. It's okay to tell somebody that well, I don't know. I'm not a mental health professional, but that's a big deal. And so to me, anything that helps people with PTSD or people who are contemplating taking their own life, I hope that's not something that I wish that we wouldn't have to deal with that stuff, especially our service veterans and combat vets. But there's a lot of those guys out there right now. So mental wellness, mental health issues are a big deal. And I guess they are too to Paul, right? So anyway, Paul's got a deal. He's working with an outfit, and they're doing t-shirts. I've got one on right now, and there's a link in the description below if you want to go and help that cause. That's a thing. And Paul's a good guy. So anyway, there's also some links in the description for Joy's new magazine. I have a copy of it right here. Now, you guys will probably think that the back cover is sexy. I'm kind of a fan of the front cover. I think that's got a lot of good stuff going on. So if you get your email Joy sent out an email today where you can get your a hard copy, and you can also get, what is it called, Joy? A flip book. It's an online thing. So there's all that information right there. Go check it out in the description below. And
Also, we have Instagram.
is there a link on Instagram as well? Okay. So the new magazine is out. You're in the new magazine.
I know. I saw a couple of pictures.
Have you ever
yesterday.
seen the new magazine? I mean,
No,
have you ever
it's-
actually seen a copy of it?
No, Joy had one last night and she showed me some pictures, but that's all I
Uh-huh.
saw. The things were hectic. So looking forward to perusing this.
So, the name of the guitar company is Texas Toast Guitars.
Uh-huh.
Some people think that means thick bread.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think that it means, a toast from the guys at Texas Toast. So
Mhm.
Joy named the magazine Shellooe because she's clever, and I think that's clever too. So it's chock full of super cool pictures, super cool articles, interviews with people like Chris Fesker. Doc has an interview here. We want to get Doug to do one, but Doug doesn't return phone calls. I'm not sure who's harder to get to do interviews with, you, Chris, you, or Doug. But Doug's here, so we're going to nail his feet to the floor, and Joy's going to catch him up. Brian Duncan says, can't wait to get my copy. So anyway,
I have one here.
and Joy says she has one here for you. So if you guys want to get a copy,
So how do you get a copy?
well, you follow the link in the description below, or you go to texastoastguitars.com
Okay.
and under publications, you can
Okay.
buy it there,
All right.
or you can just show up here and buy it.
Okay.
Joy's got them right here, right now.
Okay.
So yeah. Mike Sleva 64 Commuter says, big fan of Issue platform, subscribed, love it. Thank you very much, Mike.
That's good to know. If you, issue is where it's distributed through.
Issue is the name of the outfit that distributes
So
it.
you do have to, you can make an account there and then you can get them.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's easy to do. It's fun to do. And you can stay abreast of all the cool stuff that is happening here at Texas Toast. And Joy's going to catch up with a bunch of other people who didn't make it into the inaugural issue. But so look for more coming soon. You know what that means? That's going to happen. That the air compressor is going to kick off. I'm assuming. Jay says that veteran mental health is a big deal. 22 a day. Look it up, Jay. I absolutely believe you, man. And it's a bummer. So yeah, I hope that there comes a day when people don't have to deal with that. But anyway, and Gary Redburn is right that so this chick holding Gary Redburn's guitar is actually on the magazine too. So okay, now Chris has to get more beer. All right.
It's a long way upstairs to turn off.
I know it
compressor,
is.
dude.
I know it is. So Chris, the new magazine's here, but the essential amp building workshop is almost gone. And what
Yes.
that means is there's actually spaces available,
Mhm.
but we have to cut off when you can sign up because we have to get the stuff.
Yeah, and that's something that we didn't really anticipate.
Yeah.
Because most normal guitar classes, we make the stuff, we have the stuff, it's readily available, people bring their own stuff. But these amp things, and especially the cabinet, is an issue,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently there are warehouses full of Tweed Deluxe
Yeah.
cabinets or whatever it is, whatever amp
And
it is.
at $1,200 a pop, I
Mhm.
can't afford to just keep these
Yeah, we
laying
can't
around.
have a dozen of them
Yeah.
ready to go. They aren't humbucker rings.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I have at least a dozen of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got to have everybody sign up. I think we're going to have to stop the sign up in like a week or so. So if you
Mhm.
want to get in on the amp class, let me know and get your order in so we can at least have the stuff for you. And remember, now you haven't seen any of the stuff that's in front of you.
No, I haven't.
That's why I put it here
Oh, okay, good.
so that you could check it out. So
Okay.
why don't you unwrap some of that? So
Okay.
now you're going to do
It's like
one of these too, right?
Yes, that is the plan. Is that I would like to take this class.
No, don't open that one. That one's
That one's for later.
No, that one's
That one's part 2.
yeah. No, don't open that. Okay, open that. No, don't open
I
it.
know what it is. I
Okay.
watched the video last week. It's the output.
I hope it's a
transformer.
football.
No, this is a power transformer. I hope it's a football.
I don't know what
This
it
is an
is.
output transformer.
So that's why I'm a little concerned or curious why you would open that one. But
because it was on top of the pile.
oh, okay, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wow, isn't that magical?
Wow, just what I always wanted. Thanks.
Okay, so what do you have in your hot little hand there?
This
Chris?
was made the 38th week of 2022.
But what is it?
It's a output transformer.
Okay. Apparently, the
From
Marshall amp
Lenco.
transformers are tricky to get to, and I'm working with the people at Mojo Tone to make sure we have all that stuff by
Okay.
November.
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Looks good to me.
You want to show it to the off in the
I-
old camera there? Okay.
It's,
Yeah,
it's a transformer.
So I was kind of wondering if you might have
super
opened something. Yeah.
transformer-y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more than meets the eye.
It's heavy. If that's a sign of quality,
Uh-huh.
this one is high quality.
It was that was made in the United States,
That's what it says.
right?
Yep.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
I think you should open this one. I think
Okay.
that one might look it might be fairly
Is that
cool.
the chassis?
I think so. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. I've never had to rewrap gifts.
It's hard to do. Yeah.
There.
What is Brian Duncan going to do for nothing?
Oh, this is
Centerfold. Okay.
This has all the other stuff.
Watch out.
in
This
it,
actually
too.
has a thing in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a
All the
bunch
other
of
stuff
stuff
in it,
in
yeah.
there, but I wanted you to see
Where do you
that.
want me to go here?
This amp one is the amp workshop is quite exciting actually.
Mhm.
And I think
I
that
don't know how much of this I actually want to pull apart.
I think just getting an idea of what it looks like is a cool thing, right?
Mhm.
So check it out.
Let's see how many faces we can get from that.
Boo, 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 boo. So what controls does it actually have there, Chris?
So it has. Well, I can't read them because they're upside down.
Uh-huh.
So it's got a ground switch.
Okay.
It's got a fuse on and off.
What's the grounds? Oh, that's
It's yeah. You
I don't
can
know what
flip
that
it and change.
I figure we'll
change
get
ground.
fingerprints all
Yeah,
over
let's
it,
get
yeah.
finger.
Yours are on down the bottom. I'm gonna put mine on there too. Yeah.
And it's got tone, volume, and volume. And
Are there two things?
Yeah.
What-
So there's two inputs,
Okay.
and one of them, I think the idea was you can use one of them for a microphone and one of them for a guitar, and then there's two separate volumes.
Could you plug in that?
For those two.
I'm not trying to be a smart aleck here, but could
Mhm.
you plug in one of those like
Oh,
green,
that's the jewel right there.
like harmonica microphone things and like
Yes.
Scott Byram this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do that, and yeah, so play guitar, and yeah, this is for when you need one amp to do
Okay.
full service.
Hey, Mike.
Or maybe you have a band and only one guy can afford an amp.
Maybe. Hey, Seal Beach Mike, do you know if Scott Byram is like his foot pedal thing that like he hits the box with? Does that go through the amp too, or it's just his? I think he sings through one of those harmonica microphones. I think
Mhm.
so. I don't know.
So here's another cool thing. These kits come with really good tubes.
Hold on, let's take a super chat from Doc who says, "Cheers! Class guitars are looking amazing. By the way, tomorrow in dropping off 5 guitars at local music store that wants to stock my instruments. That's very cool, man. So congratulations, Doc. That is awesome. I can't tell you guys how neat these PRS guitars are because they are really, really neat. And I can't wait to show you guys what everyone has come up with. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mike says he doesn't know. I thought maybe you would know, Mike. I didn't know.
Yeah, so nice looking circuit board, eyelet board, cloth wire, good JJ tubes.
So Curtis says building an amp is all fun and games until it's time to plug it in and check the switch and click the switch on. At that point, let's just say things pucker for a minute. Now let me ask you
They
this: Chris.
can.
Why is that not going to be a deal?
Well,
This
because we
for
have
this
an
workshop.
experienced amp builder and repair guy
Yeah.
here. Presumably, he will bring a Variac with him, and we will run them. We'll start out low and work our way up. But
Now, what is?
I mean,
let me ask you, Eric
Don't make
from
me explain Variac.
okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. So Eric, the guy who's teaching
Uh-huh.
the amp class from Swantronics and Henriksen amps, what's his day job? Is he like working at Tasty Freeze or something?
No, he's head engineer at Hendrickson Amps.
Yeah, okay. So see, there you go. So
Yeah.
it's not like you're getting an amp class from some guy who
From some
is a
guy
bartender
who-
half the time
Uh-huh.
and a tattoo artist part of the time,
Uh-huh.
and then he's built some amps.
Successfully built one of these last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah. This guy's done this a
At
bunch.
summer camp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't electrocute anybody.
So to Eric, this is not a handicraft. This is what he
No.
does for a living.
It is.
Okay.
And this does not represent the pinnacle of his knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is literally 70-year-old technology.
It
at
is,
this
yes.
point, right?
Yeah. People in the 40s and 50s figured out how to put these together
Yeah.
over and over and over again. We can do it today in 2022.
Yeah. I really do think that there are some people who are just like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
And you
No,
can.
You can do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a guy who sent me an email the other day and he's like, I really want to do the Les Paul workshop, but I don't have any woodworking experience.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sweat it. We're not going to let you walk out of here with something excellent. Yeah.
We're
Okay.
not going to let you walk out of here with something excellent. We're going to force you to leave
I'm
here.
shocked Chris actually picked up on that.
I am too. It's so uncommon that Chris picks up on me getting something wrong.
Well, it happens so rarely.
It's so
I feel
infrequent that I
the
get
need
called
to,
out for that stuff.
Point it out
Yeah.
every single time.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Okay.
this is all really good stuff. I would say this stuff is better than most of the stuff they had back when. This is a lot like the Callahan stuff, where in a lot of ways it's probably better.
Let's talk a
than
little bit
the
about
original
that.
stuff. Okay.
When I say let's, I mean you.
Yeah. Well, so Callahan hardware is really, really, really top end, and some of it is probably nicer than the real stuff. I mean, they use stainless steel for the neck plate. It's nice and thick. It's just
Whammy bar.
all really nice. Yeah, the tremolo system, the whammy bar assembly is superior in every way to the original Fender one, while still retaining all of its vintage goodness. It's just really, really well made.
So what we're talking about is how this amplifier kit as it relates to the Callahan stuff, right?
Yeah, and so this is, it's just all really good stuff. It's all good tubes. It's all, good wire, good transformers, good everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think the idea with these isn't let's build this to a price point. It's let's build something. Let's put together a kit that's really good, and whatever the price
And
is,
then
is whatever
set the price.
is.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's the way, a lot of things should be.
I agree.
You can't find one of those amps right now for
No.
Yeah, well, let's.
$3,000.
So I did get someone said $1,200. No, thank you. And I'm like, well, what do you suppose a hand wired amp costs these days?
Can you buy an amp for less than $1,200? Yeah. Can you buy a tube amp for less than $1,200? Yeah. Can you buy a mostly American spec tube amp for under $1,200? No.
Yeah.
And that's just the kit and then the class and everything else. But it's not it's not an exorbitant price for what you're going to end up with.
How excited are you for this stuff?
Oh, I'm really excited. This is really cool, and I'm looking forward to taking this class.
Does this amplifier have a standby switch?
No.
So Dylan should come out and take this workshop then.
Yeah. We're just the original amps just had a plug. You just plug it into the wall and you were ready to rock.
There was no switch?
There was no switch.
Why would they not put an on-off switch? Was the volume was there?
No, I don't think there was a clicker on the volume. I think you just plugged it in. Yeah.
Speaking of Dylan has chimed in and says, if you can build a guitar or learn to wind pickups, you can build an amp. And 5280 has proved you can build the guitar. Just do it. See that Dylan understands what's up. Yeah. And I'm also glad that he used 5280 because I often forget that we've changed the name of the workshops to 52. Are we well and truly into the 5280, or is
Yeah, no,
this one?
I think this one is actually, yeah.
Is it? I think this might still. This might be the. This. I think this one and the next one are the last two Texas Toast ones. Yeah, yeah. Wood, sweat, and beers. Yeah, yeah.
This cap is
Yeah.
completely discharged. I just
Good.
checked it.
Good for you. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I
Jewel light. Cool. I like that all the parts are separate.
now you
All the
have
different resistors.
you
are
have
separate, not
bought
just
a
bag
brand
of.
X
I brought
amplifier
somebody
kit
else's-
before,
yeah,
right?
This is laid out much nicer. The other one that I got, a lot of people complained about some of the components. I have no real knowledge of that stuff, but it came as a bag of resistors and a bag of capacitors and a bag of this and a bag of that. This is all really well laid out.
Okay.
So whatever this resistor is, there's two of them and they're right here.
Okay. And one of the
I know
things,
there's a list of all of this stuff.
and one of the things that Eric is going to do on day one is he's
Mhm.
going to walk you through what the code, the colors and codes
Uh-huh.
and things are and what they do and
Mhm.
how to read that stuff. And I think that'll go.
100%.
And yeah,
Absolutely.
but I think
Yep.
he'll talk about it anyways.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So, yeah, cool, man. This is going to be fun. Nice quality pots,
Mhm.
CTS pots.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that is terrific. Let's talk more about how excited you are
I'm
about this.
super excited about this.
Show me your level of enthusiasm, and there you go. I think this is going to be really cool.
Yeah, it's going to be neat. This is something I've always wanted to do. I attempted it on my own, got a little overwhelmed and intimidated,
Mhm.
and yeah, should have bought this kit, or the kit that I bought. I should have bought from these guys with all the instructions and all of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be really fun.
Okay. Cool. So, gang.
Hey, look at that! I got this one packed back up. Is that it?
I think let's yeah. So if you guys are kind of on the fence and trying to decide, boy, I really think I want to do this amp. I'm pretty sure that the mic is just picking up nothing but that.
Sorry.
So if you guys, okay, now you put this hand in your pocket and this one holds your beer. Okay, so if you guys want to get some of this,
I get yelled at.
some-
Should I get yelled at?
just stop. So if you guys are okay, if you're on the fence and you're like, boy, I think I really want to do that amp thing, you can't wait too much longer because I've got to order the stuff
Yeah.
sooner rather than later.
You have to be able to get it.
So I think what's probably going to happen is I've got another 7 days.
Okay.
So between now and next Friday, I need to know who's going to sign up for both the Fender one and the Marshall one.
the Marshall one's the real issue.
That's the
right?
real kicker. Yeah, because I got to make sure I have all that stuff.
Yeah.
So if you want to sign up for the Fender one or the Marshall one, the deadline is next Friday, week from tomorrow.
Okay.
Not next Friday, which would be tomorrow, a week from tomorrow. So that would be
Not the 6th,
September
13th.
13. Okay, thank you. So anyhow, let me know if you want to do that. Like I think Doug wants to do it. Dave's going to do it. Rod's going to do it. You're going to do it. Zed's going to do it. And there's a guy, Bill's going to do the Marshall one. So yeah, it's going to be fun. So
Yep.
anyhow, all right, Chris, let's shift gears a little bit and let's, so have we beat to death that if you want to do the amp thing, you have to sign up right away?
Yeah. When's the last day?
When?
Next Friday,
Lucky
September
Friday the
13th.
Friday the 13th.
There
That's
you go.
right.
Is that actually right? We got the date right?
I think so.
I think.
so, too.
Okay. All right. Brian Duncan sent us a super chat for $8
Yep.
and said, attention fence sitters, 5280 workshops are the real deal. Get some. You know who's coming to the next PRS workshop
I
that
do.
starts
Yeah.
on Monday?
Just signed up.
Just signed up. Took the last spot. Brian Duncan. He's going to be here.
Beat Dunk. Found out there was an opening.
So let's talk about the new Texas Toast magazine.
Okay.
Do you have a coffee table at your house?
I have a table in which I can, display items. It's not a true coffee table. Yes, I have a coffee table, Matt.
Would you say, Chris, that this is a coffee table quality publication?
Yes.
I would too. I mean, just look at the guy on the cover. I mean, come on.
He looks like a coffee table guy.
He looks like a total coffee table
He's
guy.
holding my guitar. I don't get it.
He's actually I'm actually holding Mike Beckloff's guitar, and your guitar, Doug, is right here. So Doug wants to buy our the Rocky Mountain Archtop Festival guitar, which I'm not gonna say I thought he would, but I thought he would. Yeah. But I'm not gonna not say that. How about that? So now why did it take so long for you to get your thing in here that the Chris, because there's a whole thing about you in here.
Yes, I don't know why it took so long.
Well, because you wanted to make it good, right?
Yeah, possibly.
So what's another? Why would it be anything but that?
Yeah.
All right. So you've got so inside this issue, there's a whole bunch of stuff
some
about
of my
me.
answers I may have already forgotten.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good. You have a chance to
I
reread
figured
them,
it
right?
Yeah.
So there's a whole thing in here about Chris,
Uh-huh.
about so Joy asked everybody a list of questions. I think some of them were the same and some of them were different, right?
No, yours and Chris's were the same.
So you and I answered the same questions.
Oh, okay.
So you'll
All
get
right.
to read by the way, I haven't read any of yours yet.
Okay.
And you haven't read any of mine yet, right?
Correct.
Okay. The other thing that's in here is there's lots of cool pictures of way more attractive people holding guitars than me. So yeah, you can see what was happening here. There's also a cool, let's get to this here. Oh, Doc is featured in this magazine because Doug didn't get back to us, and Doug will be in the next one. Isn't that right, Miss Joy? Okay. So in this issue, there's also playlists that are cool for Jim's playlist. He calls it the barbecue playlist.
Okay.
Mine is just I should listen to these songs every day. What would you call yours?
I called mine the earworm, or the twang my bud playlist, maybe.
Heartbreak and alcohol or something.
There you
Okay.
go. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of that in there too. So yeah, I mean, it was so I was like, there's no way I can come up with just 10 songs.
Yeah.
And Joy's like, well, no, it could have a theme. And so I was like, okay, well, it's songs that I'm currently sort of enamored with. Songs that roll around in my head. I'll hear it and then it'll just sort of stick and it'll roll around in my head for hours and days and all this other stuff. And it's either sometimes I decide I hate them and I cast them aside. And sometimes I'm like, I really love that song right now. So
I don't know if you know this, but you put your go-to karaoke song in here, and I just glanced and saw that. I did mine too.
Yeah.
My karaoke song is in here. Where is it? Here it is. No, yeah. But see, look, karaoke song right there. So yeah, so you can.
But I also really like that song and learning it on guitar. So
okay, I have never. You'll have to buy the magazine and find out, Doug.
But you can scan that code to go to Spotify and download your playlist.
Oh, that's cool. So did you know that? You can go to Spotify and download your playlist.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So yeah.
I threw in some bonus songs too because I can't not do stuff like that. I get going on something. It was actually really fun putting that list together.
See?
So yeah.
Now imagine this.
I made a playlist of my own.
I think
I couldn't remember where I put it.
Oh, okay.
But that's on me.
I think what's going to happen as we go on is Joy's going to, there's no reason for us to have playlists in every issue. So what'll probably happen is she'll put stuff about other people who are Texas Toast into the magazine here. So don't be surprised when you see Doug Santaniello and Dave Chenzoff and others, right? So Daryl White sent us a super chat and just said, just send us a super chat. Thank you so much, Daryl. I really appreciate that. So what do you think? Well, okay. So you do or don't have a coffee table. Would you want to buy the coffee table one, or would you want to do the?
I'd actually like to have a hard copy of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Format is really cool. I used to love magazines.
I did too.
And they just sort of faded away. They started getting really, really expensive. And then there was an idea that, you can get all this same stuff online, but it's just not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah. You don't sit there and just sort of peruse the internet in the same way.
Yeah.
And it's like looking at record albums.
You know what?
It's the difference between an LP and a CD.
I'm glad you brought that up
So-
because remember when you would like go to your friend's house and listen to records?
Then it was an active thing.
Yeah.
Where you actually sat down and it was on and you stared at album covers.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you did.
Now what happens is you put the CD on and you go, oh wait, I'm going to click past
Yeah.
all this other
Yeah,
stuff.
what's that
and-
one they've been playing on the radio?
Yeah.
Or what's that one I really like? Or what's the one that I bought this whole CD for?
Yeah.
And
Or
you never listen to the rest
and
of
that
it.
ages us out too, because what really happens now is people go to some other thing and they
Just
look
listen
up,
to this one song that
listen
they
to the
want.
one song that they want,
Uh-huh.
and then or
Miss
the
all the
one
other ones.
piece of the one song that they want. to
Yeah.
hear. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And they're not throwaway. They're not like People Magazine or Us Weekly.
That's right. So Joy's telling me, I don't know if you can hear her, but because this is a coffee table style
Mhm.
hard copy,
Mhm.
you're not just going to toss it like you would, Us magazine or
Mhm.
like what magazines would you get? Like, Motor Trend or
Yeah, I was into car magazines, music magazines.
do you remember Cartoons?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I loved that one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, Mad
Yep.
Magazine was always fun. Yeah, I was a big hot rod guy,
Okay.
Carcraft. Street Rodder, stuff like that.
You didn't throw away your back issues of Soldier of Fortune though, right? Especially the one where I was
don't
on the
have any of
masthead.
that stuff.
What?
Yeah, I don't have any of those.
Okay.
So-
There was a short period of time where I was on the masthead at Soldier of Fortune. If you have one of those issues, let me know. I'll be happy to. Yeah. That and $5 will get you a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Jay says, hey, Matt, quick off topic. I'm not answering that, Jay. No, he says, what kind of bits do you use in your beloved pin router? Spiral, compression, upcut, downcut, other. All of the above, actually, Jay. I'm an equal opportunity bit user. I like the spiral cut bits the best.
I like the ones for class,
Mhm.
the ones that throw it all over the operator.
That's would be the
my
upcut.
favorite.
It would
Yeah, that's my
evacuate
favorite
all the
bit.
stuff out.
Yeah,
Yep.
right out at you. That's my
Mhm.
favorite
Mhm.
for class.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Rest of the time,
Whatever.
not that bit.
Not that one. No, but
The
even
one that
just
throws
like a
stuff at you.
straight flute two cutter bit, that'd be fine.
Those straight flute ones work
Mhm.
great, man.
Mhm.
I was worried when I got one of those one time. I was like, oh yeah, I need a bit, and got those, and works great. Works
Yeah.
as good as everything else. I think because of the stuff that we're using on it's fairly forgiving,
Okay.
and it's a big tool.
Yeah.
It makes short work of that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't figure we'd ever tax that pin router
No.
to its full limit.
No, I don't think so either. Well, okay. Well, that's that. We're done then.
Well, there you go.
Joy, is there anything else that we forgot to talk about with so you can go follow the links in the description below for Joy's brand new mag. This is not me, by the way. I mean, this is me on the cover. But this is not me doing this. This is one of Joy's passion projects. And Gary Redburn sent a super chat and said, Joy, Gary still thinks that a TTG calendar would be good.
I heard that.
Maybe with some eye candy on the calendar that's
with 11
not
attractive women and
one
Jim.
old fart. Yeah. There's a lot of people here who would really who would probably like the Jim picture the best.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. So I
I
what?
think if you want to, I think if you you want to appeal to the most people, then you have to give them what they want. Who doesn't enjoy pictures of lovely ladies?
Yeah, and these aren't pictures. It's not like Dean in the
No.
80s where they're like
No.
wet T-shirt.
No, but it's
things.
also not pictures of me holding a guitar.
But like, look, there's a whole expose on Jim Jam Jimmy right in the middle there. So that's cool.
Mhm.
Gary, I think the calendar idea is a great
Yeah,
idea.
I think that has legs.
Mhm.
Joy says she thinks it has legs as well. Mark says, how do you find the Spotify playlist? Well, Mark, you got to buy the magazine, and then there's a QR
There's a
code. You
QR
scan
code,
it, and
yeah.
bada bing, you're right there.
And
Tom L says, but it could be like Dean. Okay, Tom, actually, no, it really couldn't be like Dean because Joy's doing it. Remember, I'm not doing it. If I was doing it, then it probably could be. Actually, it probably couldn't be like Dean. You want to know why? Because as a 54-year-old guitar maker, I don't know any like 18-year-old strippers who want to like hold guitars and get their pictures.
That's the easy part. The there was no artistic value to the Dean photos. It was it was strippers holding guitars.
I think you might be overestimating how easy it is to have, like I don't have anything strippers like. I don't have any money or cocaine or any of that stuff.
But you can pretend to have all that stuff.
Okay, all right, yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but
See Curtis's comment on Matt and Chris Belmonte.
Yeah, there's I did see that, and so I didn't read that one. Yeah, Daryl says 3 Jazzmaster questions. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, Daryl, we're gonna do this because Daryl Hazelwood.
Okay, I know that guy.
Okay, Chris, ready? Daryl Hazelwood asks, number 1, do you have any suggestions for a Jazzmaster bridge and trem build? Okay, ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Jazzmaster.
Okay, he wants to know what do you recommend for Jazzmaster bridge and trem? We'll answer simultaneously. Ready? Okay, all right, hold on.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so Daryl wants to know.
Okay.
Let's say he's going to build a Jazzmaster.
He's building a Jazzmaster. He wants to know what tremolo and bridge should I buy?
Yep, and okay. I think you and I are going to agree on one thing and disagree on the other.
I think we can actually agree on both.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Mastery.
Yep, Mastery.
Okay.
Yeah, just buy it. It's the best. It's the most. Everything else is a little more finicky.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bridge is fully adjustable. The trem rules. It's my favorite trem.
Yep.
I think everything should have that. Every Jazzmaster should have that trem on it.
Yeah. Daryl Hazelwood asks, number 2, any suggested brands for Jazzmaster pickups? Now, this one I don't know. So go ahead. I'm going to let you.
There, virtually every boutique builder has a Jazzmaster pickup now. Dylan makes really good ones. There's lots and lots of people. People get all wound up in that stuff. I would go with something fairly vintage, either 59 or 62 style. The original ones were Alnico 2 magnets. The later ones were Alnico 5. Doesn't make that much of a difference.
What are the options? You can get like actual Fender ones.
Yeah, you can get Fender ones. Those are good.
And
they're fairly expensive.
Are they?
Though,
okay.
So I think I would do for the little bit of extra. I think I would get something cool like a Dylan or a bunch of other people.
Dylan might want to chime in too.
Yeah.
Like what is a Jazzmaster pickup is kind of similarly shaped to a P90, but very, very differently.
Yeah,
from build.
Very different. Yeah, there's virtually nothing other than they're both square and bigger than a Strat.
And they have
it's more like a Strat pickup as far as construction, except the coil is bigger and wider, so it has more whatever. But I mean, to me, Jazzmaster is all about that original Jazzmaster shape and sound. And as soon as you start veering away from that, there's no real reason to do a Jazzmaster.
Okay.
That's
all right. So Jazzmaster with 3 humbuckers and a Floyd is really just something shaped like a Jazzmaster.
Then it's just a Super Strat with a
shaped like
a shape. And that's fine if that's what you want to do. But I think a lot of people already own that guitar, just not in that shape.
Yeah. And finally, he asks, why is the Jazzmaster not popular? Complex controls? I think I'm going to...
I think there was a period where they weren't popular.
Yeah.
I know for a fact there's popular. Just go to Fender and look at how many models of Jazzmaster you can buy now.
And that you can still buy. Has there ever been a time when Fender stopped making the Jazzmaster?
Yes.
Okay. When was that?
I believe they stopped making the Jazzmaster officially in 1980 or 81.
They had to focus on that Flying V thing that they had for a while.
Yeah. Sales were in the double digits for a bunch of years.
Okay.
As everything else got more and more popular again, and they just stopped making them. And then there was a period where the only Fender Jazzmaster you could get was actually made in Japan. They didn't have any American stuff. And then in 2000, No, in 1999, they finally started making Jazzmasters again in the U.S. It was the American
Okay.
Vintage Series, and those were really cool. And then
Why did
since
they
then-
wait? Why did they wait so long to make them? Even like
Well,
because like
they
all the
still weren't
grunge
popular.
guys were.
There
playing
was
them.
well, yeah, but they still weren't popular.
Okay.
And there was a time period where it was, I wanted a new Jazzmaster, and it was new to me, and it was like, well, I can buy a Japanese one for this much amount of money, not very much. I can buy the American vintage one for this much, a little bit more, or I can buy a real live vintage
Actual
one
vintage
for
one, yeah.
not much more than that new one.
So
What
Fender's
do I do?
Fender's biggest competition was old Fenders.
Yeah. And as those
That everybody
old Fenders
wanted
have
anyway,
gotten more expensive, the Fenders have gotten more expensive. I bet you they have 8 models of Jazzmaster right now.
Okay.
That's a lot.
How many signature models are those? Elvis Costello has one.
He had one for a while. They don't make that one anymore.
Oh, they don't?
So
Okay.
that one is just super
Crazy
stupid
popular.
expensive.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that guitar was $1,200 when it came out, and I think they're $5,000 now or something stupid like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they're very, very popular. A lot of people finally figured out too that, I can't afford a 59 Strat, but I can afford a 59 Jazzmaster.
Okay, yeah.
And they're pretty damn cool.
Mhm.
They share a lot of the same. They certainly share a lot of the same feel as far as neck and all of that stuff, and all the problems that everybody has with Jazzmaster. It's just because they don't know what they're doing.
Oh.
As far as
controls
setup and stuff like
yeah.
that. Yeah, and the control thing, it just
I think that the J Maskus one with the Tunomatic was like that. I'm like, what a weird version, especially his particular one, because all the saddles are shoved all the way to the thing.
Well,
There's
yeah,
like
his personal guitar.
yeah, and like
Oh,
if
sure,
you jam an eraser in the rhythm circuit so that it doesn't come on, why not just have Fender not make it with that? Because it's your
take that
signature
out,
model, you
yeah.
dope. So anyway, Mike Beckloff says he ordered his hard copy subscription just now. Thank you so much, Mike. You are going to be blown away at how good your guitar looks when this supermodel on the cover is holding it. Dylan sent us a super chat and says, ours are 62 spec Alnico 5. We can put a P90 in Jazzmaster clothes as well. What's that about?
That's actually really cool. Well, there's lots of room there, and so the main difference, and I'm speaking in big terms. Fender pickups have magnetized pull pieces.
Okay.
P90s and humbuckers use bar magnets on the side of things that conduct magnetism, screws and elevator plates and stuff like that.
Okay.
Which yields slightly different sounds. So you can build a P90 into a Jazzmaster pickup that has bar magnets and adjustable poles and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Did I get that right, Dylan?
You're probably right on, dude. I'm going to ask you a question because I know you've had both. Fender Jazzmaster and Fender Jaguar. What color would you have one of those in?
Each one?
Yeah.
Boy, Fender Jazzmaster. That would be more. I don't know, man. I'm just going to go with Olympic white with a tortoiseshell pickguard on a Jazzmaster.
That seems actually like I would think that would be the last one you would ever pick, because I know that you don't really care for tortoise in many guises unless it's absolutely perfect.
Well, if I'm putting something together, I'm getting a almost bespoke pickguard from some of the guys that do that stuff. Jazzmaster. There's a lot, or Jaguar, there's a bunch more chrome and it's more hot rod. So I would probably pick something crazy metallic.
Okay.
I've always liked ocean turquoise or, something like that.
Okay. One of my favorite bands is a lot of the early stuff was recorded with a Jag. And so I didn't know that until much later, but now I do.
Yeah.
So I think I played your Jaguar, and I don't know if I ever played your Jazzmaster.
I don't think you did.
It had your Jag had flats like 13s or 12s at the very least. That was a lot of fun.
13s on it because I was playing big strings.
It was a lot of fun.
That was that gold one. That was a real live 65. that have
Yeah.
been run through the grinder. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
last time I saw that guitar, it was $10,000. I did not sell it for $10,000.
Yeah.
I did not buy it for $10,000.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stories about that guitar that are not true.
That are not true.
That people have told. Every time I see it, the story gets bigger.
Marty says, Matt, still wanting some 212 caps for the Marshall amp. Marty, I'm waiting. You're a little ahead of me. I will let you know here as soon as I know something more. I need to find out how many people are coming to that right now. Right now, there's
Yeah.
only 2. So yeah. Why not? Let's see. We've got
10 minutes.
we've got 10 minutes here, Chris. What do you guys want to talk about?
I have nothing to talk
Tell
about.
me how excited you are for the reveal tomorrow.
Oh, super excited. Yeah, these guitars are really, really cool.
Mhm.
And they're loaded up with good wood, and they will be finished, which is always fun.
Here's a question for you. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit.
Okay.
Of all the people here and
Uh-huh.
all the guitars here, what was your favorite thing we ate for lunch this week?
The favorite thing that we ate for
Oh,
lunch.
and why was it leftover Dave's hot chicken?
Yeah, it
from
was
last
leftover
night?
Dave's hot chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had a leftover breakfast burrito
I did too.
right before that, and I'm like, I think these are better the day after.
Today was
reheated.
a good food day.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, leftover
'cause
breakfast
I
burritos.
didn't have breakfast.
Courtesy
so I had
of Brian
that
Duncan.
leftover breakfast burrito around 11:30,
Mhm.
and Dave's hot chicken leftover
Mhm.
showed up about 1.
Mhm.
Perfect.
What? Okay. I have another question. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
Are you willing to come out and say, out of everybody here,
Uh-huh.
out of all the guitars that got made,
Uh-huh.
if Brian Duncan brings donuts tomorrow, would you eat another breakfast burrito and donuts and Dave's hot chicken tomorrow?
Yes.
I would too.
Yes.
I would be. Yeah, I would just be.
I shan't be bringing lunch tomorrow.
No, and Brian's coming tomorrow, and I don't know if he's coming around like first of the day with
I don't know
donuts.
either. Yeah.
But
he doesn't. For me, he doesn't have to bring donuts. But
no, he doesn't have to do that. But Dan says that he wants donuts, and but here's my thing: if there are donuts here, I know I will eat at least one of them.
Yeah.
And
If there's
depending on what they
breakfast
are,
burritos and hot chicken, I won't eat any donuts.
no,
That's a lie. I'll eat a donut.
that's a big fat lie.
Yeah,
I know.
Who am I kidding?
know.
Come on.
I know.
I don't eat a lot of donuts, but when I do, Brian Duncan is usually
Brian Duncan
that
usually
bought it.
brings them.
Yeah.
Those cronuts he brought that one time were
Geez,
God, they were
man,
good,
those were
dude.
good. Those patriotic
Mhm.
Krispy Kremes
Mhm.
with the inch of frosting on them.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
They're
I think I'm
way
gonna
better than they should be.
I'm gonna take a heart attack if I.
Insulin after you got the-
Yeah.
No,
You
I
have
I
to.
don't, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so what else we got on the
Tell people to go check the buy now section. It's not getting, we kind of forget to.
Oh yeah, okay. So that's a great point, Joy. The buy now section of the website is there's a lot of good stuff there,
Mhm.
and Doug's been eyeing most of it while he's been here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you know what? I want to talk about Doug and Ike from Flipside Music, the great American guitar store, are talking about the triple neck guitar that we built for the 2020 Great Guitar Build Off.
Mhm.
Doug has very graciously offered to let Ike display that guitar
It has a residency.
at a residency at Flipside Music. What do you think about that? We're gonna have to
I
get
think
Doug.
it's cool.
We're gonna have to get Doug to talk about that and a bunch of other
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Today was the first day that he's ever seen it in person.
Oh, that's right. Because when we got it out
We got it out
yesterday, you weren't here. That's right.
Yeah. So he popped. I was like, "What are you? Oh yeah, you weren't here." He pops it open. He's like, "Wow, man, this is cool." And he puts it back.
When he came in, I talked to Doug. Came in on Saturday morning to like drop off some stuff
Yeah, I
for the
figured you
workshop.
guys would have cracked it open then.
I showed him the case, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that one." So he's like,
So if I'd actually just taken it home,
yeah. Well, then, yeah, you'd have had to have this great big guitar. That, yeah,
on the wall. I can put a guitar on a wall though, so there would be no problem. There would be no hedging, no Yeah. Oh well, we'll have to figure out how to
Well,
put
maybe
it up.
I should stay and we go over and actually mount the thing up there.
I think that Doug has on to
Any
something there.
other week? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you still got to get Ike to do it too. So, I mean, Ike's up for it, but
Ike'll do it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Ike'll do it. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that I'm going to go ahead and call it a day because
let's call it a day.
I'm all out of stuff to talk
we
about.
could sit here and burn
Yeah.
the last 8 minutes, or we can just let people go get a soda before Dylan starts.
Great point, Chris. So yeah, everybody go raid the fridge, and then I want you to go check out Dylan and his lovely wife Leslie. Go pee.
Yeah.
And then
Let the dog out.
Send me an email. How do you guys like consume these videos? Do you like just listen? Do you listen in the car? Do you watch? I mean, there's not a whole lot going on the screen. So
No.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, go check out Dylan and Leslie at Dylan Talks Tone. They're going to be live in like 10 minutes, live for at least 2 hours, talking about guitars and all kinds of other stuff. And we will see you guys tomorrow for a really excellent reveal that I cannot wait to bring you. And this Sunday, this Sunday's video is we had the 2x4 SG Plect at Steve's, and there's a whole video about it. So I want you to tune in for that too. So thanks for all the super chats, you guys. We will see you tomorrow for the cool reveal, and have a great night, everybody.